Hey, what's up? This is a quick behind the scenes of AuroraSoul.com 3.0, which is pretty much the third version of my website within, I guess, several years. Anyway, I am building it within Editor X on Wix, and to give you an impression of the mobile version, which is honestly the most important version. Most people, I think 86% of my traffic with the original site was mobile. At least on a high average, 86% was mobile. So not that many people are looking at general content on PC desktop screens anymore, but most of the design work, of course, is still done on such. This is a version of the mobile homepage. It all started with this feature here. I got inspired by seeing this and built it pretty much around these icons, temporary icons. And I am also working on it as a separate desktop version. So I'm building two versions of the same site. I'm not too heavily focused on tablet, but I will attend to it. This is the actual, I guess, last update I made to it. You can see that this background was still the previous one I was working on, which is the one I'm using now. That's displayed here. And back to the main version, which is the desktop. So even though I'm gonna mainly focus on mobile, I'm still looking at the desktop version as my core in regards to designing it, and I'm just doing the customization for mobile as needed. Example with this layout down here, which is a mosaic. If you go to the mobile version, I added a button here to activate the icon that will be here, maybe a photo of something from the Aurora Soul Pinterest page. This is reserved for Aurora Soul Etsy. I will have a photo of something on the Etsy shop, and you'll be able to click the photo and go to the Etsy shop. This is for affiliates, and this is for community resources, which is probably one of the most important aspects of the new site, being more helpful. It's not focused on apparel. As you can see, there's no apparel placeholders as of now. That site will be completely separate. And it will likely go under affiliates, or maybe it will be in a highlighted section when it's time for me to say, hey, buy something associated with the Aurora Soul apparel brand, which will going forward be called something completely different. These are my current pages that I have laid out for the website. The home page is what we're looking at now, of course. Oh yeah, this section, reminders for all men, all humankind. Well, speaks for itself. Daily, weekly, positive, progressive, and informative quotes and updates. So when you come to the site, besides the content produced by AuroraSoul.com, which this is placeholders for, I want you to walk away with something thought-provoking and as well as a resource. And then everything else is icing on the cake, at least in my opinion. So this is the hierarchy so far. The block is separate as far as the design goes. And then I have a project page, which will be reserved for Project Diadem. Eventually, I'll get to that briefing in a later update. But that's the app I'm working on, the social economical app I'm working on. These sections represent each of the current content avenues I've been exploring. And let's just take a quick look at them on mobile. So once again, these are all placeholders. The main site header is up there, but the placeholders for the logo for WebLink Science and Tech. And scrolling down below, you'll see some of the featured content formats, which will just be blogs associated with the science and tech videos. Same thing for economics. This is the placeholder for age economics, which is pretty much a duplicate of the previous one, with the exception of a resource tab down here. Because it's economics, I want that content line to actually be one of the main focal points of funneling resources through in regards to how do I communicate with my audience. It will be through age economics providing resources. Human Dark Matter, my podcast, which is personally one of my favorites. They're all my favorite, but personally, Human Dark Matter allows me to get a lot of things off my chest in a tasteful, philosophical, and analytical aesthetic. My main show, the Dust 108 show, I have nothing here yet. There's nothing going on yet. And the rest is pretty much similar to that. These are just pages I made just to look at how many pages I will have and where will I go from there. This is a copy of the original homepage design, which is the same. Well, actually it's updated too, so it doesn't really matter. Look at this copy because that also has changed, but this is just a difference in spacey backgrounds. Back to my homepage, just to give a quick preview that we've been looking at. When you look at it on mobile, it's designed to line up and pop out like this. This is a separate feature that you can actually edit within the site itself. It triggers action. So as you saw this one, when it all loads, you highlight it, you hover, it slides out. This all can be edited with a simple command for each individual slide. And if I want to change their positioning, I simply just go over to my layers and I drag them above or below within the container. So this is just a quick AuroraSoul.com 3.0 preview. I hope you enjoy and you are inspired to look more into not only my style of web design, but as well as the content I produce through the company. Take care.